Hot versus cold crypto wallet. If that's the question that you've been asking yourself, then this video is going to be for you. Today we're going to cover what is a hot wallet, what is a cold wallet, how do they differ, when to use each one, and some of the best picks for hot and cold crypto wallets. Now, before we start, let's quickly go over what is a crypto wallet. A crypto wallet is a tool that holds two types of keys. One is a public key and the other one is a private key. And both of these keys are necessary for you to manage your crypto. So to understand the difference between the two, I'm going to give you an analogy of email address and your password to your email account. So in other words, public key is something that can identify you in public, so everyone who has your email address can easily send you email. At the same time, not everybody knows your password, so they can log into your inbox or your mailbox and actually send out emails or do other stuff with your email, like receive access codes and some other stuff that is more sensitive and more private. A private key in this case is gonna be kind of like a password to your mailbox, because that's what lets you sign in, check your email, get access to sensitive private information, and so on. So this is the simple analogy that can describe what a public key and a private key is. Visually, both public key and private key represent letters and numbers, and you can easily see what is a private key, what is a public key. Usually public key is a shorter version of letters and numbers, and private key is a little bit longer. And private key, aka seed phrase, is what's important to keep safe, because this gives access to your wallet, basically like giving access to your mailbox. So it is safe to share your public address, but it's never safe to share your private address. And with that said, I just want to ruin one common misconception, is that your crypto wallet holds your crypto. That's not actually the case. What your crypto wallet actually holds is just a set of keys, and one of them is a private key that nobody else should know, that signs transactions on the blockchain. And when it signs transactions on the blockchain or accesses the blockchain with that private key, then it tells you how much crypto you're entitled to. So it doesn't actually hold any crypto in the wallet, which is a common misconception, and a lot of people think that it's actually holding your crypto, which is not the case. It's just holding the key, the same way as your password to your email, or maybe a key to your safe, or a pin code to your safe, whatever analogy you think fits best. So what is a hot wallet and what is a cold wallet? Well, the difference between hot wallet and cold wallet is not in the temperature, but actually in the way that they store your information, in particular your private key, because that's what's important to keep safe. So in case of a hot wallet is another way of saying software wallet. So it can be a wallet on your computer, it can be a Chrome extension, it can be a standalone software application for your Mac, your PC, or it can be an application on your phone, on Android or iPhone, that holds the private key. And that private key is exposed to the internet, because your computer is connected to the internet, your phone is connected to the internet, hence the word hot. And if your computer, your phone gets hacked, then somebody can easily take control of your private key, because it's stored somewhere on your computer. And if anybody gets access to your computer and can find that private key, they can easily steal your crypto. In that sense, cold wallet is something that holds your crypto offline. So it doesn't hold your crypto on a computer or on your phone, meaning your private key is stored offline. But what do you mean offline? Well, in this case, we're talking about something that looks like a USB stick. Like, let's say, take a Ledger, for example. This is one of the hardware wallets that I use, and this looks like a USB stick. A simple USB stick, except it's a little bit more secure than a simple USB stick. And what happens is that the private key is stored here. It has a chip inside that can store some data. It's not a powerful chip, but powerful enough to store your private key. And this is offline. It doesn't have access to the internet. So does it mean now that you shouldn't be using software wallets or hot wallets just because they're less secure? No, absolutely not. The advantage to hot wallets is that they're very easy to set up. They're easy to use, because it's usually a Chrome extension, or it's a software wallet on your phone that you can easily scroll through and perform different transactions on the blockchain. So as a general rule of thumb, I recommend using hot wallets only for small amounts of crypto, and once you make profits, and you should probably transfer it out into a cold storage. And the advantage of cold storage, not just because it's offline, but it also has other protections. For instance, most of the hardware wallets such as this one or Trezor Wallet, there are also air gap wallet, they have security chips installed, so it's not going to be easy for someone who takes hold of it to crack it, especially that you're required to set up a pin, and after 3 tries, if they get the wrong pin 3 times, then this wallet gets wiped out, so they're never going to get access to your private key, and it's really hard to crack even if it gets stolen. And another reason that makes it more secure is that this wallet has 2 buttons, and Trezor Wallet also has 2 buttons that physically makes you sign a transaction on the blockchain, meaning that you don't just approve a transaction, you have to also press the buttons on this thing. So somebody has to have this, and somebody has to know your PIN in order for them to get hold of your wallet and actually transfer the funds out. So this makes it extra secure. So as a general rule of thumb, use software wallets or hot wallets such as MetaMask, Coinbase, and others for small amounts of crypto or for day-to-day trading. But once you make any significant amounts, you should probably transfer it out into a cold storage like this one. So now that you know when you should use one wallet versus the other, here are my 3 top picks for software wallets and also for cold wallets or hardware wallets. Now for hot wallets, number 1 for my pick is going to be MetaMask, because it's one of the biggest crypto wallets out there, and it's the most popular in terms of EVM networks because it supports multiple EVM networks, and also they added support for Solana natively. So it's one of the most used wallets out there, and it has good security, good reviews, and it's pretty easy to use, especially for a beginner. Now number 2 is going to be your Coinbase wallet. Your Coinbase wallet is easy to set up. You can use it on desktop or on your phone as well, and it has a fast way of connecting to your Coinbase account to transfer funds in and out of your non-custodial Coinbase wallet to your Coinbase account. Number 3 is probably going to be best for mobile use, and that's going to be Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet supports multiple blockchains from BNB to XRP, Cardano, and most of the EVM networks as well. So it supports multiple networks. It's best for mobile support, as I've already mentioned, and probably one of my favorite for mobile support. Now let's talk about my 3 top picks for cold wallets. Now the first one is going to be Ledger, and I know there is a lot of controversy out there about Ledger, but trust me, I still use it. It's a great wallet in my opinion. If you don't use Ledger Recover and other stuff, you're totally fine using Ledger Wallet. It's one of the first companies that started producing this type of wallets. So I think they're still a great choice. And there are a lot of options available, starting from Ledger Nano S Plus to Ledger Nano X, which is the one I have, one of the first versions. Actually, the new ones come with a better chip and more secure chip. And then if you're more techy and you like touchscreen, then there are 2 options available, which is Ledger Stacks, which is a $400 option and a more expensive one because it also has nice sleek design, and you can also charge it wirelessly. And then there is Ledger Flex, which is a cheaper option, which is around $250 at the moment of recording of this video, and it's also a touchscreen. Both of them are touchscreen, but this one is a little bit cheaper and it doesn't have wireless charging support. Number 2 is going to be Trezor, which is another provider of hardware wallets, and they start sometimes really cheap. Like at the moment of recording of this video, there is a promotion going on for Trezor Model 1, which goes for about $25 right now, which is really a steal if you want to get into hardware wallets or get the cheaper option, which is still going to be a great way for you to store your crypto securely. And it can go all the way to the touchscreen option they have as well, which is Trezor Safe 5, which is the newer version with a more secure chip again. And they also support multiple networks, and they have less native support, but you can also pair them with any of the software wallets, and it's going to be just as much support in terms of crypto coins as Ledger or any other hardware wallet that you can connect to a software wallet. And number 3, in my opinion, is going to be Tangent Wallet, which looks like a regular credit card, and it's what's called an air gap wallet, meaning that your keys are stored on that card. And when you set it up, you have to use your smartphone, and then you're going to use NFC to kind of touch to sign the transaction on your smartphone, which makes it super secure and also supports multiple networks from Bitcoin to XRP, Solana, and others. All right, guys, and that was was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more stuff like this, and hit notification bell to get notified next time new video comes out. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can actually set up your own Ledger hardware wallet.